So we continue with these examples. This one is determining time. It says, suppose there is a 400-mile long race on an oval track. A car can travel faster with less fuel, but would have to make more pit stops. So we have these two questions here, A and B. We'll take a look at the first one here, A. It says, would a car finish the race in less time, averaging 185 miles per hour, making 4 pit stops that average 12 seconds, or averaging 185.5 miles per hour with 5 pit stops that average 12 seconds? So we have two cars. One's traveling at 185 miles per hour. He has to make 4 pit stops that average 12 seconds. The other one's going faster, a little bit faster, only half a mile per hour faster. But he has to make more pit stops, an extra pit stop. So we're still going to be using the distance equation. The distance is equal to the rate times the time. Except, how are we going to determine who finishes the race faster? Well, who finishes it in a faster time? So we have to figure out the time that it takes for either one of these cars to finish the race. So this is a 400-mile long race. So the distance they're going to travel for A, for the first car, 400 miles. And the first car is traveling at 185 miles per hour. So that's going to be equal to 185, that's our rate of speed, times the time. So we simply divide out the 185 from either side. So our time is going to equal to 400 divided by 185. And that's going to come out to be approximately 2.1622 hours to finish the race. But that's if he doesn't make any pit stops, which is impossible because he needs to have more gas. He needs to refuel. So he makes 4 pit stops at 12 seconds each. So we have to tag on an extra 4 pit stops at 12 seconds, an extra 48 seconds onto his overall time here. But first, this is in hours. This is 2.1622 hours. So I want to change the 48 seconds, 4 pit stops at 12 seconds, into a portion of an hour and then add it on. So we have 48 seconds. And again, we said that there are 60 minutes to an hour and 60 seconds to a minute. That's 3,600 seconds. So we can divide this by 3,600 seconds, and it's going to give us a portion of an hour. So 48 divided by 3,600, that's 0.0133 hour. Add this to the hour up here, and that comes out to be 2.1755 hours to finish the race. The other car is traveling at 185 miles per hour. But we're going to do the same thing. Still going 400 miles, but traveling at 185.5 miles per hour. Times that by the time. Again, we can divide out 185.5, so our time, that's going to be 400 divided by 185.5. And that comes out to be approximately 2.1563 hours. However, keep in mind that this car does 5 pit stops for 12 seconds or another 60 seconds or another minute. So we have to add on another minute, and we'll change that into a portion of an hour. So that's 60 seconds, that's how much is in a minute, right? 5 times 12, 60. Divide that by the 3,600 seconds. And that comes out to be another 0.0167 hour. We take this portion of an hour, tag it onto this amount of the hour, add the two together, and this comes out to be 2.173 hours. So this car traveled faster, a shorter time, traveled faster. 2.173 hours. This one was 2.1755 hours. So this car finished the race faster or ahead of this car. Now B says, expressed in seconds, how much faster would one car finish the race than the other? So we'll just subtract the hours of one from the other. So this one went 2.173 hours to finish. We'll subtract the 2.1755 hours to finish for this other car. And that comes out to be 0.0025 hour faster. Well, how much is that in seconds? Well, there's 3,600 seconds in an hour. So we'll just multiply it by 3,600 seconds. And that's 9 seconds faster. So the second car here, or this car here, was 9 seconds faster than this one. And there we go.